Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Aries the Emperor here. I am back as promised. Reading number 2 of the day. If you didn't catch the first reading that I did, make sure you go to the channel so you don't miss it. There may be a message in there for you, okay? So we're going to do a second read, just a second energy check here. I'm just going to see where Spirit takes us here, okay? So let's jump in. If you'd like to connect with me, all of my information is in the description box located down below, okay, as well as my second channel, which I'll have a read up by the end of the evening because, like I said, I have a few more personal reads that I want to get out as well before the end of the day, okay? Consistency, y'all, is the word for the rest of the year, okay? All right, let's get into it. Let's see what messages come out for you in the spread. We're going to start with the Green Witches Oracle deck. All right, Spirit, messages for Aries. Altar, gratitude, releasing burdens. Look how beautiful that is. So some of you guys may be interested in creating your own altar. Some of you guys, you may be in the process of building one yourself, you know. It just depends on as far as, you know, what it is that you're seeking. And it's just like you create a vision board, right? All the things that you're wanting Spirit or your deities, your ancestors to bless you with. And it's your offerings, like it's your tithes, it's your giving back, right? Especially if you are receiving the things that you have been asking from Spirit and from the universe, and you have been putting the legwork in manifesting as well. You know, we conjure up things for a reason, and that's to bring them from the spiritual and into the physical realm, where we change not only our lives but others around us as well, and not without even trying. You know, it's walking in purpose. And a lot of you guys could be freeing negative spirits, you know, that you feel have attached to you in any way, shape, or form here. So that's the most important thing to do when you feel like, especially if you're being spiritually attacked. You know, somewhere I'm from, they call it, oh, that ain't nothing but the devil. In the South, that's how my grandma, that's how you're going to hear people put it down here. But just in general, you know, if that's something, just like in that example I just used, that ain't nothing but the devil, what they tell you to pray, you know, and the altar is also a way of releasing those negative spirits, and you receiving a high level of protection. All right, we have hedge. Okay. Potential boundaries, indecision. I don't know why I just said indecision like that, but I have 10, maintenance, encouragement, guidance. Some of you may need some spiritual maintenance. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Roots. You know, sometimes, you know, you may want to take some things out of your garden and replant some other things that are more compatible with you, that are more healthier for you, that create healthier patterns for you. Especially boundaries is a way to do that, to create more growth for yourself, and like I said, you know, healthier patterns. Especially, you know, that's going to help with consistency as well. That's going to make you feel more encouraged. It's going to make you want to do more. When you feel good, you do good. You know what I'm saying? That's why they use that dress to impress. But you impress yourself. You know, I say it all the time, you're a boss in your own right. That's all that fucking matters. Truth be told, seeds, you sowing them. I'm getting a lot of energy here. Like a lot of y'all are planting things. You planting gardens. You planting ideas. You're planting seeds. You know, you pulling up them bad roots. You know, is giving, I'm getting a green thumb. I don't know why that's coming to me. Let's get into the tarot. I had in my mind what deck we were going to use, and it just... Okay, yeah. I'm really getting it. For a lot of you, it's time to fill up that spiritual bank, that spiritual tank. Some of you guys are getting up a little earlier in the morning. You're getting out, you're exercising, you know, is you taking it all in as you should. I've been finding myself visiting gardens around my city a lot lately, and whew, it's just been so beautiful. Like just all different type of natural herbs and flowers from all over the world. It's just like a very humbling experience just to see how nature actually works, you know. And not only that, the different insects and bugs that live off of that, you know, like this really is the tree of life that we're a part of. All right, we have the Ace of Rapinia and the Six of Lunga. So, okay, Lunga are swords. Rapinia is pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. All right, we have the Two of Quarta, which is Wands. Two of Wands, Aries energy. And forgive me, I'm going to trip over my words today, baby, but I'm going to get them out. All right, we have Two of Minuta, which is Two of Cups. All right, we have the Knight of Minuta. And the Queen of Minuta. Okay, the Queen of... I don't know. I'm going to say these are Pentacles and I think the Rapinia are Cups. Excuse me. Because the Queen of Minuta, she's giving off very fruitful... I just left my garden and look what I have harvested. Like, I really feel like some of you guys, you may have felt like you missed out on your harvest season, but it's here or it's to come. I don't know what you've been doing in the meantime, but this is open road. This is open access for you, and not just for you to accumulate, but this is for you to eat off of, for you to grow off of. This is like you feeding a village, your village, even if that is just the personal product makeup of you. You know, this could be a energy where you have been deprived of certain things, certain nutrients and certain things that keep you balanced. And you've missed out on them because you have been accommodating others, you know, making sure they eating and doing good and they're getting a good night's rest, you know. Meanwhile, you may be the one that's been stressed type energy here. But it's definitely, it's time for you to eat, Aries. And I mean, eat good. I know these cards are full of pasta, but it's a meaning to everything, especially with the oracles that come out. Like, has everything to do with the powers that be. All right, we have the Three of Minuta, which is the Three of Pentacles. And then the Five of Quarta, which is the Five of Wands. The Seven of Lunga, which is the Seven of Swords. Did I not say it's time for you to eat? And I'm not calling you no dog, but look. Playtime is over. Wait time is over. It's time for you to eat. The game has begun. Where do you fall in line? King of Quarta, Two of Rapinia. Which the King of Quarta is the King of Wands. And the Two of Rapinia is the Two of Cups. And we have the Four of Rapinia, Four of Cups. The Seven of Minuta. And let's get one more, Spirit. And then we'll take a look at what we got, folks. Le Emperor. Look at that. Okay. It's giving a little Victor. What is that? Days of Our Lives? It's been so long since I watched the soap opera, but... All right, let's see what we got here. Let's just take it all in for a second. Five of Quarta. I just did a reading previous to this one, and you did get wand energy. Not just wand energy, but you got sword energy as well here. So it seems to be showing up. But most importantly, the Emperor is somebody who cannot be shaken down. And it is somebody that, you know, you will let them think that they know it all or they have one up. But, you know, as they say, you know, real bosses move in silence. You know, everybody doesn't need to know your every move, your every decision, your every idea, your whereabouts, who you're with. You know, it's okay to be private. You don't have to be secret, but private is always a smart thing for you, Aries, because of the type of person you are, the way you are in your relationships, the type of people that you connect with, the way you come off, your ideas. Is always going to be some level, I feel, of confusion when it comes to other people as to why you are who you are, why you are the way that you are. Like I said, the way that you think, the way that you act, the way that you speak. It's always going to be something. So I feel like it's always smart just to pick and choose what you're sharing and what you absolutely not sharing. Because this is your livelihood. And once people feel like they can step over that line, they'll try and take another step and another step. You know how they say you give a person an inch and they take a fucking mile? This the type of people that you be dealing with. And I can't say it enough. And people can look at you and just see you in stature, whether you feel like you're somebody that's young, mature, young, old, however you want to look at it. You know, you still carry the sauce. Okay, it's in every last one of these cards, just about here. And I would just take pride in that. You know, it's hard being different. It's hard being unique. It's hard to stand out, you know, and be okay with that. Like, look at the King of Quarta here, the King of Wands. Everybody gonna be staring at him when they get a glimpse of that, right? You know, so you carry that too as well. But you coming up in your own energy as the Emperor, you're polished. You know, you're dapper, you're painted. You can't be missed. You can't be looked over. You run a tight ship. It's like you got energies of people want to eat off your plate. We got the 6, 7, 8 of Lunga, which is the 8 of Swords. Yeah, it's like people mad because they can't eat off of you or eat off of your plate. No, you can't have none. Order your own, damn it. What's wrong with you? Hold on, y'all. Okay, that's not gonna work. And excuse my little one in the other room. He's in there singing up a storm. All right, we have the 4 of Minuta and, like I said, the 8 of Lunga. 5. 4 Minuta. What did I say Minuta was? Rapinia is cup, so Minuta would be pentacles. All right, what other messages, Spirit? Magician, aka Magus. Okay, Aries. Ooh. Did I not? Who doesn't want to eat from grandma's kitchen? And I ain't calling you no grandma, but baby, if you were to offer them a plate, if there was opportunity, they would definitely take it when it comes to you. We have the 5 of Lunga and the 8 of Minuta. 8 of Pentacles. Wow, the 5 of Lunga is the 5 of Swords. What is this person doing? This person is in the kitchen, and what's this girl doing right here? Eating off his plate. What you got going on look good, baby, and it's gonna look even better. Like I see somebody's ducks lining up in a row for them. Page of Lunga, Knight of Quarta. So that's Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords. Ace of Wands. Stick to what you know. Stick to what your grandmama told you. And I mean that as far as, I mean, this may not literally be your grandma, but it's you know what to do. You have your own blueprint. And you got people that they may have their own blueprint too, but like I said, when it comes to you, what you got, everybody got the same thing, but for some reason, they'd rather eat off of yours, eat off of you, take from you, not realizing that they're really taking from themselves and doing that. Because like I said, you have the recipe. Everything is already in your hands. Look at this. This is solid gold. Is what I'm thinking is what this person's hand is dripped in. It don't get no more royal and expensive than that. And solid, most importantly. People may think it's funny. They may think you're funny. But you just keep laughing. Laugh with them, Aries. Laugh all the way to the bank. Laugh all the way to your mental health getting back A1. Laugh all the way back to the gym and getting your body right. Laugh all the way, you know, to the family function and feeding your family and nurturing them and making sure that they look good inside and out, and that they coming up the generation behind you to keep walking in those footsteps and being that leader. That's what you are. That's what you create naturally here. So don't ever, like I say all the time, downplay yourself. Because this is like you pissing on my head and telling me it's raining. Like, I know how much food I had on my plate. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with them, Aries? And like I said, 10 of Pentacles. You finna laugh all the way to the beach, all the way to the airplane, all the way to your next biggest endeavor, because you got the 10 of Lunga under that. Anything can happen. You know, you just take your risk and you calculate it. And calculate it again. You know, don't tell them everything. Leave something out. Something to the imagination. And I feel like you are somebody that's very good at that. Even though people may think they see everything, they see nothing at all. You still don't know. So basically, it's not just them taking from you, it's them grasping for straws. And what you doing? Like I said, grandma in the kitchen, she don't need no help. She can do this herself. So if she could do it for so many years, if grandpa could do it for so many years, then you, my friend, you up next, Aries. And I ain't gonna, I'm gonna keep reminding you. They're gonna keep being mad. They're gonna keep having something to say. They're gonna keep feeling away. They're going to keep trying to stack the odds against you. Tell them to keep stacking. Because you're going to run straight through all of that shit when you power up any motherfucking ways. Excuse my French. I'm going to leave this reading here, y'all. Hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. Y'all finna get me fired up. So let me just... Okay. Ciao.